Police officer who brought Joel Cauchi's stabbing rampage to an end at Bondi Junction, Westfield, a year ago, has told an inquest she thought she was probably going to die that day. New South Wales Police Inspector Amy Scott fatally shot the 40-year-old man who'd killed 6 people and injured 10 at the shopping centre last year. Ethan Ricks reports.
It's only day 2 of this weeks-long coronial inquest, and we've heard crucial evidence from New South Wales Police Inspector Amy Scott, like you said, who was the officer who shot down Joel Cauchi, bringing his 6-minute stabbing rampage at Bondi Junction, Westfield, to a dramatic end. Now today she started off her evidence paying tribute to the victims and also sending her sincere condolences to the families of those 6 victims who were killed that day, saying that she hopes that whatever she can provide to this inquest will help them with finding some answers to those questions that they so desperately need. Now, she was also taken back to the moment she was called to the scene at Bondi Junction, Westfield. It was around 3:30, she says, when she received an urgent call out on the radio. She arrived at the scene within minutes. The first thing she says she saw was a wave of people coming out of the centre, waving her down, and they were telling her things like, people are being stabbed in there, people are dying, please help us. And she says in that moment she knew she had to go in, even though she was the only police officer there at the time, and had to minimise this threat as quickly as possible. We heard today she said she was nauseous as she first ran inside the centre and thought in her mind that she was probably going to die. Despite that, she says she still went in there anyway, but she wasn't alone. She actually had the help of 2 witnesses at the time who helped guide her to the location of Joel Cauchi and followed behind her as they chased him down. When she first spotted him, she yelled out to stop, but Joel Cauchi turned the other way and she says he started to run. She followed along closely, keeping an eye on him as best as she could, until he came up to a number of shops, and there were several shoppers who were outside that shops unaware of what was taking place right in front of them, and not noticing that this man had a large knife in his hand. At that moment, Joel Cauchi stopped and he locked eyes with Inspector Amy Scott, and that's when this dramatic ending unfolded. Amy Scott says she saw a woman hiding with a pram behind a large pot plant only 15 metres behind Joel Cauchi. She mouthed the words "run" to that woman because she says she didn't want Joel Cauchi to realise that the woman was there behind her. That woman did get out of harm's way, and after Inspector Scott was able to shuffle everyone behind her, she says in a split second, Joel Cauchi charged at her with that knife in hand, and she fired at least 4 bullets towards him, 3 of those hitting him and taking him down. Now, we heard today from the inquest, one of those bullets actually hit the large pot plant where that woman with the pram had been hiding. Now, counsel assisting the coroner commended Inspector Scott's actions before she decided to discharge her firearm, making sure all civilians were out of harm's way.
Nathan, 2 men who tried to fight off Joel Cauchi with bollards have given evidence today as well.
They have, that's right, Roz. We saw the infamous videos that came out after this attack of at least 1 man fighting off Joel Cauchi with a large bollard on an escalator. Now, it was actually 2 French nationals who were fighting off Joel Cauchi at the time with bollards, and we heard today from both of them, they first realised something was wrong when they saw dozens of people running away and people saying that someone was stabbing other people. Here's what they thought when they first heard of that, and here's what they decided to do in that split moment.
No, I didn't think getting hurt. We just think stop him. We knew we don't have maybe a chance to escape. We knew it was quite tight, but I don't think we really think about that. We just go. Just the adrenaline came.
Now, Silas and Damien, they proceeded to guide Inspector Scott to Joel Cauchi, and they were commended for their actions on that day as well. They also paid tribute to the victims' families and sent their sincere condolences. Now, today, the inquest is expected to continue. We're expected to hear from more witnesses who were at the Westfields at the time of the stabbing. And into the coming weeks, we'll start to hear some expert analysis about the mental health treatment went and the interactions with the mental health system of Joel Cauchi and how his schizophrenia was unmedicated for the 5 years leading up to that attack. Ros?
Thanks for the update, Ethan.